Hey guys, Heidi Isla here, Texas Art and Soul, and founder and owner of Paint Party Headquarters. And I'm excited. We have a sweet, sweet lady. I've been talking to her a little bit beforehand, but I wanted to just jump right in because this is all about inspiring you to want to teach a paint party and why all of us out here are teaching paint parties. So let's welcome Leila. And Leila, thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you so much. This is like dreams just flourishing. I'm so happy. I said 2019, I'm going to be on Heidi's video, and here it is, February.
It's already happening. It's already happening. Well,
oh my goodness.
Well, I'm just glad you are taking time out because I know it's so helpful for people to see. Like, so many people think, oh, I couldn't do that. I couldn't teach a paint party. And it's really way easier than people put it in their heads to be. And there's so many opportunities and so many things out there. So just first off, before we begin, tell us where you're from and just a little bit about who you are.
You bet. Well, I am a mom of 6 beautiful daughters. I have 5 amazing grandchildren that they think I hung the moon. I'm not going to tell them different. And I like them so very much. They are my whole wide world. And I really like their moms too. But I'm a registered nurse and I've worked all over the country. I'm originally from Mobile, but right now live in Pensacola via Alaska. I've been almost a year in Alaska nursing, and that's why I paint, because it's Alaska's fault I paint.
Okay, so what took you to Alaska for nursing?
Well, yes, but not travel nursing. I had it in my mind when I was a kid, I was going to go to Alaska. I don't know if it was the heat in Alabama or what. I married my high school sweetheart. We had all these wonderful children. And every duty station, because he was in the Army, we went to Texas, where I still have family out in Texas, met my best friend. She's from Stephenville, which I don't think is far from you, Heidi.
I teach paint parties in Stephenville. That's awesome.
I'm going to so have her go to your party. I've been trying to get in touch with her. And so it took us all over the country, and I kept saying, please, let's get stationed in Alaska. Never got stationed in Alaska. But that was Providence. To wrap that story up, we divorced many, many years ago. Good friends now. We take excellent care of our children together as a team. We even go on vacations together for our children, so that they have a unit. But I went to nursing school after my divorce because waitresses don't make much money, and they sure don't make much money for 6 grown girls who decided to do every extracurricular activity known to mankind, by the way. So I kept the dream in my head. I have to go to Alaska. I just have to. So I may or may not have stalked this family on Facebook. Then they know it. We're good friends. And they were these social workers who were adventurous in Alaska. And I somehow found them through my Google search. And one day he texts me. He's like, hey, I got a job out here. Do you want to come? It's for nurses. A week later, I had an interview. They flew me out. I fell in love with the place. And I begged my children to go with me, and they wouldn't. They're grown. They're like, Mom, that's your dream. You go do it. So it landed me in Alaska. And with 24 hours of daylight, there was lots of time to paint. And with 24 hours of dark, there was lots of time to paint.
Oh my gosh.
It was just
never really true. So you really weren't a painter before? You just kind of picked it up there?
I've only been painting since August. My whole family, my uncle lives in Waco. He's an airbrush artist. He's well known out in Texas. And my mom's an artist, pen and ink, anything she touches. My kids all draw. I've always sewn. I smock, I hand sew. I did all that. I would, do alterations. And I thought, I'll never paint. I just never will. Well, I moved to Alaska. I was by myself for a long time, and it was just, you can only read so many books. You can only watch so many things. But Alaska's full of rocks. like, I have so many rocks around this house. It's insane that I drug back with me. Probably half our gas bill driving home from Alaska was from the rocks I was toting. But I would bring them in the house and paint them because that was, you know, you've seen them, people leave them around, and then there's Facebook groups just dedicated to rocks.
Oh, yeah, it's big.
Well, yeah, and a rock's not intimidating. It's not a big canvas or anything you have to do, you know, a masterpiece. Well, heck, I can paint a rock. Well, then the rocks grew bigger, and they grew into canvases, and then I found tutorials, door hangers, and beautiful things, and I just couldn't put it down. I'm like, this is crazy. I have to do this. And it comes to find out there's one restaurant in our little town of 150 people in Alaska. One restaurant stayed open all year. There's only 2 restaurants at all, but only one stayed open all year. And on Wednesday nights, she would have little art get-togethers, and because she liked to watercolor, and I just showed up one night and I said, look, I have no family here, I'm all by myself. Everybody knew me. When I checked in at the post office to get a post office box, they're like, oh, you're the new nurse in town.
Oh, wow. It's like a Hallmark movie.
Oh yeah, oh, there'll be a book one day because I have to write my adventures. But I just showed up at the art class, and I guess I had left all the fear of not being able to paint, and I didn't let the inability stop me. So that's what I say at my for my paint party people. I'm like, no, it doesn't matter. I can't paint either, but don't let that stop you. It doesn't stop me.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that story makes me so happy because, I mean, you have 6 daughters. You have how many grandkids?
5.
5 grandkids. You just started painting in August. And how many paint parties have you already taught?
Legitimately 1.
Yeah, you have broke the ice.
Yeah, and it was a blast. We had planned for 15, or that's what the mom said. She's my boss as well. She posted one night on Facebook, any ideas for my baby's 8th birthday party? And I'm the first one to comment immediately. I said, paint party. She said, okay, write me details. She booked me that night, not having done one.
That's
but
awesome.
We had 18 kids painting. Very happy parents. I got 2 bookings from that party. I've got 9 restaurants that want to book parties, one next week and one the week after, and 4 churches that are already planning ladies events for paint parties.
Leila, that is awesome. I mean, okay, so I have to say, first off, we did not plan this. We have matching shirts, basically. So that's pretty awesome. I just had to mention that. Oh my gosh, so that's what makes me so happy about this business, is because I think when we put fear aside and I'm a praying girl, you know, and when I pray and ask God to show me opportunities, and then not only show me opportunities, but I put the fear aside and actually take action and do the things that it takes to book the parties, which, I mean, obviously you did. You went right on and just went for it. I mean, it can literally be that easy to book parties. And then, you know, going in and having, and I don't know about you. I mean, I know I've taught a few more paint parties than yours, but they are a blast, right? Like, it's a blast.
It's addictive. I've always, as a nurse, I'm a teacher. When I was a stay-at-home mom, I homeschooled my girls. I used to run a sewing store, so I would teach, you know, classes on embroidery or putting together an A-line or something. And it's not that I'm never nervous. It's just I'm confident in the fact that I can give you this little tool to make this color look like that on that surface. And I'm like, this is fun. Nobody's critiquing you. All these little kids, the one little girl it was her birthday, and she said, Miss Leila, are you going to draw out everything like a coloring book on the canvas for me? And I said, no, because you're an artist, and I'm going to show you, you know, ways of making it, but I want it to look like your masterpiece. And they were all slightly different and beautiful. And they were so happy. I was happy because I was like, look at all the little masterpieces.
Yes. And it really is about, I like to tell people, we're not trying to teach them major art techniques. We're not trying to have this fine art experience. We're really creating a party. We're creating an event. And then we're breaking down something that can seem intimidating. We're taking it and breaking it down into steps where anybody, a beginner, can do it. And once you get it out of your head that you're not becoming an art teacher, you're really having this fun party, then it just opens up all the doors. And people, I think, have this switch of like, oh my gosh, I can do this. And somebody like you who's, I'm sure, an excellent nurse, but I'm sure this is great extra side money,
Oh yeah, and I've always been a creator. When I get just, I don't sleep a whole lot because I'm just always up thinking, and my girls are constantly, Mama, I don't know, just slow down, you're exhausting us. But I'm always making up. One Easter I did Altoid boxes, and I decorated them, and I put a little puppy with a pillow, and I made a little clay bone. I posted on Facebook, like, look what I made. Then I got like 20 orders. And then I made these silly little pom-pom bunnies, and I got 10 orders. And so I thought, if I'm sitting here painting these door hangers and things that I wanted to make for my daughter's wedding, I thought, the whole family's coming to my house for her wedding. Let's make her these door hangers as a wedding gift. And that way she has one for every season. And then I'm like, dang, that was easy. What else can I do to show other people how easy it was? And I told my daughter, she's like, Mom, you have a full-time job. Why are you even trying to do this? I said, well, do it with me and you keep the money. I'm just doing it for fun. And so my daughter went with me to the birthday party, who's also an excellent artist, but she never thought to put it into this kind of format where she's teaching somebody, but not like you said, it's not paint by number. It's not, you're not dumbing anything down. You're just showing them step by step. You interpret what you think, this shape means to you. If you want the branch to go off the page, make it go off the page. I told them it's fun art, not fine art. I think that's your quote.
No, actually, painting with a twist. Painting with a twist. Yeah, that's their quote. They've paved the way for people like you and me.
Sure. And I mean, and people are willing to pay a little bit of money for an experience. For me, as a nurse, I work in a nursing home. I work in 13 different nursing homes. I need that release. I need something to take my mind off of this day or yesterday, or experiences. I need something creative, and other creative people need an outlet. And I think that's our calling. If you have a skill set that can inspire other people, so many people followed me on Facebook when I left for Alaska, because they're like, I'll never leave a Mobile, I'm never leaving. But if I ride along with her on Facebook, then I get the same experience without having to be, in negative 65 weather.
Yeah. Well, and just like you went to that restaurant in Alaska saying, hey, I don't know anybody, but I love doing this, and, I want to, be around people. I mean, I can't tell you how many people come to my parties that sign up alone, but then they've made friends, and now they come back every month, and they're talking and chit-chatting because they're meeting people. And there's artists out there all the time that never make time to create. And and us providing an atmosphere, whether it's a beginner or somebody who just wants to go have an open studio night, in a restaurant with a drink or two, like whatever it is. I mean, there's that need. And I think we're so focused on technology and so focused on that, we forget that just the act of creating brings so much peace and so much healing to us.
Absolutely. And when you have I find as a mom, as a nurse especially, if you have not only a passion but a calling, and you stifle it or you keep it hidden, what is the parable about the light? Be the light, don't hide it under a bushel. we're not fulfilling our purpose. We're not using maybe that one person that comes to the party by themselves had just the worst day. We don't know what people are going through. I surely don't. I try to be compassionate and hear people when they talk and hear what they don't say, but you can't know that. But that paint party may have, brought them out of a depression even, or prevented a depression. And then they found a creative streak, and then they found a friend, and now they have a different roadmap.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is so true. I mean, I can't tell you. I mean, I had somebody whisper in my ear at a paint party last month, that a tragedy that had happened to her family. And and the things that people will open up and tell you in a setting like that is unreal. And I think it's just a matter of, like you said, it's like listening to what God wants us to do. And he all gives us certain talents and certain abilities. And yes, some people on the outside may think like, that's silly. Why are you teaching paint parties? But when you really are in it and you love it and that's your passion and you can reach these people in a different way and provide, that social experience, but also comfort and love and all those great things. Like, I just think I'm like you. I feel like it's a calling from above and I am happy to be a part of it. That's so cool.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so tell us. Okay, so I know really yours really isn't about money. Yours is about having fun and having these experiences. And what's your ultimate goal? What are you thinking like 5 years from now? What do you want to see yourself doing?
Well, when I set up the page, I've got a notebook here, absolutely just chock full of 1,000 Postits. It never leaves my side. It's business ideas. And I told my girls I'd like to see it, all our creative energy go into it so that I mean, I'm not going to leave them a nursing career. I'm probably never going to leave them riches because I spend it on paint and paintbrushes. But I can leave them, this business or this business idea, and or even if it's just to teach them that, use your creativity to help other people. That's a gift in itself. In 5 years, I doubt I'll ever retire from nursing. Maybe I'll just paint more and work less. And if it, I don't really want to do a brick and mortar because I don't see any profitability in that right now. I mean, especially our economy so unsure and unsteady. But what if I had, I took my business into hospitals and nursing homes and rehab centers, and that was a source of therapy. That would bless me as a nurse, as a human being. That would bless me. And hopefully my kids will get on board with that. They have so far, and it'll serve everybody that's involved.
Well, and I think too, we think about like our legacy and what we want to leave and all of these things. However, you just being brave enough to leave and move to Alaska for a year just because you want to, and just like, I can tell you're just a happy person, like you're just happy. And to show your 6 daughters, like you can work and be happy and serve God and serve others and just be that light for your daughters alone is a legacy. Like, who cares about what happens with the business? Just showing them like, do what you want to do and love God and create. If you want to create, like that makes me so excited. Like I could maybe be that person for my daughter, and it just makes me tear up thinking about doing okay. All right, so let's move on from that before I start. So what advice, Leila, would you give somebody who is thinking about maybe starting to teach a paint party? What would you tell them?
Business-wise, be organized. I don't think you can approach anything seriously unless you're organized. That's the mom in me, the homeschool mom. That's the nurse in me. Be organized. You don't. You gave great advice. You don't have to have all the aprons, all the easels, all the things that you think are components. what you really have to do is just have enthusiasm and have a sense of, I've got you. You know, you don't have to know how to paint a horizon or a palm tree or an owl, but you can paint a comma and you can paint a semicircle. Be enthusiastic about the painting itself, the art of painting. And when you come in enthusiastic, I think they lose a sense of fear of the paint and fear of the process. And they're like, okay, this is relaxed. She's having fun. I should be having fun. And I just taught 18 8-year-olds how to paint, and they did great. And none of them were crying or having a fit. They all painted to the last second until their moms literally pried them up from the table and said, you have to go to the parade. You have to go to the parade. So when it all comes together and you show up and all these people are there to just have a leader, just be confident and say, look, here's the instructions. I'm going to stand right here. And if you need, step by step, word for word, I got you. We're just going to have fun.
Well, you did better than me, because usually I always have one little kid crying every time. I don't know if it's the art teacher in me for the past 10 years or what. I'm like, wait, there's no crying in art, people. No crying in art. Come on. No, and it's so much fun, and it's really, I used to think, like, why would a parent hire me, for $20 a kid to teach them painting at a birthday party? And then it was funny because, I've been doing this for years. Well, last year my daughter was like, I'm going to plan my whole party. And it was like 20 minutes in, and they had already gone through all the games she had planned. They were like, Mom, what are we going to do? We're bored. And I'm like, that's why they like to hire us, because we leave them an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes. We have them totally, painting and going on their project. And then they got 15 minutes for cake and ice cream and they're home. Like, we are on top of it. So my husband's like, yeah, they're hiring the party clown. I'm like, you can call me a party clown all day. And I will laugh all the way to the bank, because it's really a great, fun thing. The parents love it, and it makes the time go by, and they leave with something really cute, usually personalized. It's just a great thing for everybody. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
And I like to stress it for the parties. I set up, I clean up, I bring all supplies. That is from a mom of 6 kids that believes in good birthday parties, not expensive birthday parties. I always told them their birthday was a celebration of the day I met you, so I'm gonna blow it up big.
That's so sweet.
I'm a sap. I'm just a sap. But when I go and propose this to my friend and now other party events, I'm like, look, I bring everything. I set it up and I clean it up. You don't have to worry about any of that. The restaurants are falling over themselves just with, like, how soon can you get here? How often can you come back? The other day, one contacted me after you told me don't book anymore.
I said, stop booking. You got to fill the seats first, Leila. Fill the seats, then we'll rebook.
I told my daughter, who's been vital in helping me on the web and internet stuff, she just had a little more time than I did to concentrate on the internet part. I said, look, baby, I'll do all the canvassing. I'll do all the marketing. You do, check the emails, do all that. But I said, baby, another restaurant. She said, no, Heidi said don't book anymore.
Well, it's so crazy, because we can get almost addicted to how easy it is for a certain step. And then we have to go, okay, wait, we've mastered that step. We have that step down. Now let's master the next step. Because, we can definitely book parties all day and every week, but we want to make sure. And that's really, sometimes people think that's the hardest part, and it really isn't. That's the easiest part. And then once you get them booked, then it's about, all those layering those marketing strategies to get those seats filled. So tell your daughter, thank you for getting, because it's so fun. We can just get so excited, but we want to make sure we follow through with those. So So definitely celebration of the day I met you. Oh my gosh, I have got to use that for Pixie.
Oh,
That's
definitely.
so sweet. And that would be a really great marketing for birthday parties. Like,
That's it. Oh,
it's
yeah.
so sweet. I mean, you could use that in so much marketing. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Okay, so tell us how they can find you, because there might be somebody here listening that's in Pensacola area and they're like, oh my gosh, this lady's awesome. And how can they book you? Where can they find you?
You can, of course, contact me on Facebook at Lolly Bell, LOLLYBELLE, our Facebook page, or lollybelldesign@gmail.com. We have both of those set up. And on Facebook, my personal page, Leila Ladnier, too hard to find, and happy to answer, or just answer questions, if you need somebody to come with you and stand beside you at your first paint party, I'm happy to do that. Because nerves. Today I gave 2 in-services to a nursing facility, and for a minute I was nervous, and I'm like, why am I nervous? I know exactly what I'm talking about. So, just got to get past that little hump. And I think it's instilled in us to think people are judging us or looking at us while we're talking to them. No, not at paint parties. All they're worried about is getting paint on that canvas, paint on that piece of wood, and they want to be able to take home something that reminded them of that 2 hours they spent. So
Yeah, and what you said just made me so happy. You said, oh, if you're close and you want me to come by to your paint party. I mean, I've had people, that are in paint party headquarters that will meet me at my events, or I have somebody meeting in paint party headquarters on Saturday, and it's so good. I never think of it as like, even if they're in my town, I never think of it as competition, because I feel like there's so many opportunities out there that, like, let's just get people painting. Let's get as many people as we can, and there's going to be opportunities for you. There's going to be opportunities for me. So I love your spirit. I have that same spirit about that. Like, there's enough. There's enough out there for all of us.
Oh, plenty. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we're just painting the world a better place. We're, giving people not only creative outlets, but like I said earlier, what if that one person's just having a really terrible day, week, month, year? And we gave them a couple hours of just happiness and, forgetting about all that. I feel better as a person doing that. So
yeah, that's awesome. Oh my gosh, you're such a joy to talk to.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. I'm having the best day.
Well, tell us, is there any final thoughts you have for people? Anything you want to leave them with?
Oh, just try to just spread the joy of painting. Don't hold yourself, in some kind of stalemate where you think you have to be the best at it, the most perfect painter. You don't have to have it all together. Enjoy being a part of somebody's life for a couple of hours. And like that little restaurant in Alaska, those people aren't on Facebook. I may never see her again that introduced me to watercolor, but she changed my life in a wonderful way, because she showed me how I don't have to be scared of this paint or this paintbrush, and it brought some happiness to me when I was far, far away and having a really rough time being by myself in a desolate place. So it changed my life forever, and just maybe at your paint party, you will do that for somebody else. And
yeah,
I don't know any better way to end a day than that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I know. Every time I leave a paint party, I'm just beaming. I'm just like, I can't believe I get to do this and I get paid for it. Like, it's just it's a cool feeling.
And the positive energy being around other creative people, just when I'm in the company of my children, because they all play instruments, they all draw or have these amazing abilities that many of them I have no idea where it came from. I can't even play the radio, and they all play multiple instruments. And when I'm around them, not only because they're my favorite people on the whole planet, but you draw off other people's creativity, and somebody else needs that too. I'm not a hoarder of energy and creativity. I want to share it. So share your creativity. Don't let fear stop you ever in anything. You know, go to Alaska. Pick up the paintbrush.
I know. We need to all follow you on Facebook just to watch your adventures.
Oh, I'm just a traveling junkie. When I was a single mom and my kids were at home, money was pretty tight, especially while I was in nursing school. But we would have what we call turn and burns, and we'd get in the vehicle in Mobile County. We live right on the Gulf of Mexico, and we just drive, find snow, find a river, camp out there somewhere, just random, and then give ourselves just enough time to get back home for school on Monday.
That is awesome. My dad used to do that. We would go to Bryan when I lived around Austin area. We'd drive to the Bryan Mall, and then we'd have friends with us, and he'd be like, all right, guys, we're going to Galveston for the weekend. We're going to stop and get toothbrushes, and then we'd have like these crazy adventures, and it was so much fun.
Yes, that's how you build memories. I mean, we've been to our Disney and we've done all the things, but that's when as grown women, they'll text me, Mom, I can't wait to drive to Gatlinburg and watch the first snow with my little boy, or, we're going to go kayaking for the first time. And remember when we used to do that? So we built the best memories. And now Rachel and I are building paint party memories, and it's fabulous.
Yeah, that's another really good point. And I know we're about to wrap this up, but it's not like we talked about, it's not always about money. It's about building these memories. I know me and my daughter, we've done 3 years in a row all the way to South Florida and back. And those have been some of my favorite trips,
And they will hers too.
Oh yeah, those road trips and being trapped in a car for 20 hours. I mean, you gotta bond, you gotta bond. Yeah, so it's always, it's always more, it's so much bigger than what we think. And I think sometimes outsiders looking in can think it's, it's really not that big of a deal, but it really is. There's really cool things that can happen, and it can totally change your life. It's changed my life, and I've seen multiple people that it's really just opened up this creative world for them that they might not have had in their daily life. So yeah, I just love it. I'm so glad you were here to talk. And guys, check her out. Go give her a like on Lolly Bell. It's LOLLY BELLE on Facebook. And then you can also email her at lollybelldesign@gmail.com. She's in the Pensacola area, so if you want to hire her for a paint party, and she sounds like she travels, so it's if you live maybe even further away, she might travel. So
for real, we'll do that.
Leila, we should if we do our Florida trip this summer, me and Pixie might have to do a stop and have lunch with you for a collaboration paint party.
Please, I will feed you. I'm a good cook. I'll feed you.
That would be fun. I actually usually stop at a lot of people I've met along the paint party journey. That's usually the places I stop and stay. It's funny. We have lots of Rita and Brenda and Mindy, all kinds of people. So maybe we can add you to the list, and we'll just
I'd be honored. I'd be absolutely honored. And thank you so much for this. I just hope we reach people and wash away that fear and enjoy that creative process.
That sounds good. And everybody, thank you for watching. And if you like these, please leave a comment or share with somebody who might be wanting to teach a paint party, but they're a little scared. And go out there and create. We are here to support you. We have your back, and we're excited to see what you do. All right, bye, guys.